one dark side of that narrative, we shift to a completely different side of what a child's progression through those formative years can be. And seeing as this is a boxing-themed show, we've got a feel-good story for you all the way from Jozi this morning. That's right, the universal language of sport continues to unite individuals across the world, I think now more than ever before. And sadly, in today's world, not every child is afforded with the access to equipment or even just the opportunity to play sport and grow. But thankfully, there are organizations like the amazing Play It Forward Jozi that brings kids' dreams to life by donating second-hand sporting equipment that allows children to participate in sports.
Now, the organization was founded by now 15-year-old Ross Garrett with some of his peers, and today we actually have his mom, Alison Garrett, who is joining us via Zoom to tell us more about the organization and its recent Boxing Gloves initiative. Alison, it is so good to be able to connect with you today on this boxing-themed show. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, and you, Jamie Lee?
We are good.
Well, all the better for connecting with you this morning. I love the fact that Ross has been at the heart of this, that this was something that he and some of his primary school friends at the time decided that they had to just go and do. So what was that spark? What inspired these boys at such a young age, especially, to start something that has become so prolific?
They played a game of cricket in one of the townships, and they could see the opposition team coming in and off the field with sharing kit. They didn't have their own kit, and here were our boys who get new bats every year, new pads every year, and that was what really did inspire them to start up this charity.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
And I'm sure as a mom, you must be so proud being able to see your child do this and, you know, pay it forward. And I mean, Play It Forward regularly donates to an organization called Safe Study South Africa, who hosts various programs out in the Beatrix area around Gauteng. They've recently opened up a boxing program. Tell us a bit more about the way in which Play It Forward Jozi has managed to contribute to this campaign.
Okay, so during lockdown, Safe Study started, it was actually a reading scheme that they started for children who couldn't go to school through lockdown. And it basically progressed from there, it became a feeding scheme, and then Nicola Valentine, who runs it, thought she could add more to this for these children. So she started music lessons, art lessons, and then sport came into it as well. So we have literally been donating all sorts of things to her: hockey sticks, rollerblades, cycling helmets. And then came the boxing initiative, where they've gotten a lot more children. Some older children are looking for more exciting things to do, and boxing is one of them. So that's why we decided to put out an appeal for boxing kit for these children.
You know, I've been fortunate enough to step in the ring a few times myself and become quite heavily invested in the developmental side of boxing. And while I think people see it as an expression of a violent sport, it's actually the opposite. It plays such an important role in the development and maintenance of children's physical and, most importantly, their mental and social well-being. In your experience, seeing the fruits of your labors now, how important do you think that sport is in terms of building confidence in children and ultimately empowering them, which is what we want?
Yeah, no, listen, it's extremely important. It really is. And you don't even have to be speaking the same language as each other. Once you're on a sports field, you all play together. You all develop together. You know, and I think that's what we have found is no matter who we give to, they appreciate it, they need it, and they can empower themselves going forward.
Love that.
Alison, we know that you're trying to reach areas outside of Johannesburg as well, but that transport sometimes prevents you from doing so. Please tell our viewers how they can get involved and also just contribute to this initiative.
Well, basically, this is a cashless charity, a cashless initiative. And anything outside of Joburg logistically is a problem for this little charity. So we need any help that we can get, obviously by people couriering it to us, getting it to us in any which way they can. We obviously have donated a couple of times outside of the Joburg area, but the people we've donated to have actually taken on that cost themselves. So there's cricket kit gone up to Zimbabwe. There was hockey kit that went down to Bloemfontein. But those individuals actually paid for the transport for us. And that way we could at least get the sporting kit to the children. So yeah, any which way you guys can get the sports equipment to us, and we take any type of sports equipment, not just cricket and hockey or whatever you guys have got. And really our biggest need is soccer equipment. Soccer boots, soccer balls seems to be the most popular sport.
Understandably so. It's sports like football, like rugby, like boxing that shape the psyche of this nation. But within that micro element of changing a child's life, that for me is where the battle really is being fought. And you're a warrior out there on the front lines. We love you, and Ross, so much for being a part of this. Thank you. Please give Ross a massive hug and a pat on the back for us and all of his mates who have been helping him in your efforts. We really are so impressed. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Graham. Thanks, Jamie Lee.
Then, of course, if you would like to donate or volunteer to the Play It Forward Jozi charity organization, be sure to follow them on their social media platforms. That's at Play It Forward Jozi. You can also find the email contact details on screen right now, but don't forget that you can too make a difference.